Because I don't really relish going back on YouTube.
You don't want to go back on YouTube?
I wouldn't, I'd rather not.
Okay, fine. I'll just sort of point it this way. You're not videoing me?
No, sir, it's off.
Okay.
If you're videoing
Are you videoing me?
Yeah.
Oh, you are videoing me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you shunting about?
What are you doing here?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you, what are you doing?
I'm working.
I understand, but what are you doing here with me now?
What are you shunting about?
What do you mean, what am I shouting about?
Yeah, because you have a loud hailer.
Right.
And you're shouting.
Yeah, but what? I mean, if you want to know what I'm saying, you just stand here and you'll know.
No, I don't have time for that.
You don't have time for that?
No, I have other things to do.
Okay, so then you can go on your way.
But why are you shouting? They're members of the public. They're getting distressed by
The
your
members of the
chanting.
public are getting
Yeah,
distressed.
so we
How
had
do you know
complaints. We had calls coming in for that.
Yes. Okay. So, am I responsible for how people feel?
Yeah.
I am.
Because you are causing the
Ladies and
distress.
gentlemen, I have been told now by this man here that I am responsible for how you guys feel. So if you don't like what I'm doing, he thinks that I've committed a crime. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that's not what I said.
That's not what you're saying. So am I responsible for
May
how
I
other
talk
people
to you?
feel?
May I talk to you rather than
What-
shouting at
okay.
everyone else? We're not here to ask
I'd
for
like
public
to invite
opinion.
you to come here to help protect me from the attack of the authoritarian system. He doesn't even realise what he's doing is out of the ordinary. But he's questioning what I'm doing here and sort of accusing me of doing something that I'm not meant to be doing. Is that correct? Are you?
I'm asking what you're doing here.
And I'm asking what you're doing here. What are you doing here? You don't need to be here.
He's great.
He's terrific. He's saying something, he's got a right to say it, and we think he's great.
Yeah, the thing is, we had people saying that what he's saying is not that great, and they complained about it. That's why we're here.
That's why it's a free country.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same
So you're
time,
here, you're here to protect freedom of speech, aren't you?
not at this time. That's
You're
not
not
what
here
I'm
to
doing at
protect
this
freedom
very
of speech?
not at this very moment. I'm here
Really?
to understand what's
That's
happening.
interesting.
Yeah.
You want to understand what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question. Why don't you tell me what's happening? I want to understand what's happening.
I'm not here to
How
tell
did
you
you
what's
end up?
happening.
How did you end up just getting into a job where you just end up doing what you're told to do without questioning?
Why? What are you
How did
complaining
you end
about?
up being in a job where you
What
do
are
what
you
you're
complaining
told?
about?
What I'm asking you.
I'm not here to answer your questions.
You're
I'm
not here to
ask
answer my questions.
No, not at
Okay,
all.
And do I need to answer your questions?
Yes, you do.
I
Because
do.
people
Why?
complain.
Why do I need to answer your questions?
Because I'm investigating.
Because you're investigating.
Yeah, I'm
right?
investigating
So that
a
means I have to
complaint
answer your
that's
question. Have you ever heard of the right to remain silent? Have you ever heard that? So what I'm going to
what
do.
they say in
What's your
America,
first name? What's your first name?
It doesn't really matter.
It matters to me. What's your first name? Nothing to be worried about. It's okay.
I'm not worried about anything. You
So
have my shoulder
you
number.
are worried
Anything you
about
need,
something
you
if
can
you won't
complain.
tell me what your first name is.
No,
What's
you
your
have
first name?
my surname. You
What's
have my
your
shoulder
first name?
number.
Why don't you tell me your first name?
Because I don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
I don't want to because you're not being
you don't.
reasonable with me.
So what
I'm
I'm not being
with you.
reasonable with you now. Okay. So what do you think is reasonable then? What's reasonable?
Are you going to answer the questions?
Am I going
What
to
are
answer
you
the question?
doing
What I'm
here?
going to do is I am going to count to 30. That's what I'm going to do. When I get into situations where someone comes up to me dressed up in fancy uniform, thinking that they've got some kind of authority over me, and I get drawn into that sort of strange delusion that you have, that you think you're a policeman when what you actually are is just another fellow human being, I'm going to count to 30 to make sure that when I open my eyes, I've totally undressed you and turned you into a fellow Homo sapien.
Will you talk to me then?
I'm running this through.
Envenezados duran en el piso por falta de respeto.
What was he shouting about?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What were you protesting about?
I'm not protesting.
Oh, right,
I'm
okay.
questioning. I was questioning the value of your
That's
stuff
a really,
and wondering
really
what
good
on
point.
earth.
And I don't think if anyone's
wondering
offended
what
by
on
that, they
earth-
should just carry on.
I think it's fine. That's
All
what
I'm trying to find out is what he's using the loud hailer to shout about.
Yes.
Because we had complaints that
Right.
you're causing distress to people.
Right, but who's responsible for people's distress? Who's responsible for people's distress? I want you to tell the people of
The
Britain.
loudhailer.
The loudhailer.
Yeah, that's
right?
what we had.
You see, it's funny because I think I'm responsible for my distress. Because right now, I don't like speaking to you. I don't want you to be here. I don't
enough.
like people who dress up and tell other people what to do with a threat of violence in the background. So I'd rather you just
Have I threatened you
went
at any
away.
point?
No, but you are enforcing the law with force. That's what you do. Yeah? With the backing of the huge amount of violence, state violence. You are an agent of state violence. Did you realise that? Do you realise that? You're laughing. It's not
I'm
funny.
laughing, yeah. It is.
It is. You think it's funny?
I do. Yeah.
Do you realise you? So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, just suggesting that this man is an agent of state violence. Do you think that's true? Does anybody else think that's true?
Sorry.
That he's an agent of state violence.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. He's in the agent of state violence. Look at you. Look at the way you're dressed up. Yeah? And you've got your camera on to get evidence, you know, so that they can use it in evidence against us. You know, seriously. I'm here talking, and you're meant to be protecting us. But actually, when you turn up, you guys end up causing more trouble than if I was just here by myself. Because if someone doesn't like what I'm doing, they could come and tell me.
I like what you're doing.
Thank you. And these people like what I'm doing. So, if you want to listen to what I'm doing, you're more than welcome as a fellow human being. If not, as a police officer, I have no business with you. Have a great day. As I was saying before, I was somewhat rudely interrupted. No, not rudely. I have to admit, by the way, guys, compared to the police in most countries, you guys are quite tame. So, you know, I'm kind of quite grateful that I haven't been thrown into some kind of cage, you know. I mean, it does help, of course, that I happen to be white and middle class. But here we are outside Dior, and we've got this surreal scene of these two police officers sort of policing what I say in a kind of 1984-like Orwellian kind of situation where they are claiming that I am responsible for people not liking what I'm doing. They claim that I am causing people distress.
Are you being distressed, Sean?
Are you distressed?
Oh no, I'm not. I wasn't even here.
No, he's fine. He's fine. Are you here to protect the police? Oh, that's sweet. This lady here just went up to the police officer and said, are you feeling distressed? She's here to protect them. Oh, I love that. Don't you love the old motherly protection of the authoritarian enforcers of the law? God forbid they should be distressed.
Excuse me. Would you like to say that to my face?
Yes, sure.
Okay, enforcers of the law.
Yeah, they're enforcers of the law
Yes, they
that
are.
go around
And what would
using
you
force,
do- and what would you
using
do-
force
and what would you
against
do without the
innocent
law?
people.
And what would you do
What
without
would I
the
do
law?
without this law? We'd
No,
be fine.
what would you do without the law?
This law?
No,
what
not this law, the law.
Which law?
The law.
What is the law?
The generic law.
What is the law?
The generic.
Many of the laws are completely immoral.
Sure.
And the law that says that someone is responsible for someone else's feelings is an immoral law. Because right now, how are you
Feelings.
feeling?
How is
Yeah.
he responsible for feelings?
Well, because there's a Public Order Act which says if you say something that is likely to cause someone else to feel distressed.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Exactly.
Of course, but, you
Well,
know,
that's the
but
law that
that's-
these guys are policing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, oh yes, ask them. Ask them. That's what they said to me on camera. They said
But
they
what
believe
I wanted
that
to
I'm
stand up-
responsible for someone else not liking
What I
something
wanted to
I do.
stand
So-
you up and
Give
say.
yourself a shout out. I'm going to put this on YouTube. Where
Yeah,
can we
sure.
find you?
Social experimentalist on YouTube.
What I would like to say to you is that
Yeah.
your assumptions about me and what I'm doing were shit.
Okay, fine. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so you know I do this for I've done this for a long time. You've never seen what I do before?
No, I've
you know
never
I've come
seen you
across it.
before.
Okay. I've got nothing personal against either of you. Yeah. But what I do is to try and you've got the video. Do you want to turn that off and I'll speak to you as a human? Oh, it's off. Okay. Is that red? Is that not the indication that it's on?
No.
Oh, okay, fine. I've got nothing against anything personal. This is not a personal thing. It's about kind of exposing the kind of questioning everything around.